Alright, in this video I will demonstrate the purpose of the lab and analysis one of two key elements in this lab. So first of all, let's see. So we have a spring, so you can see here. The spring force varies according to the law, to Hooke's law, F equals to minus kx. Another mechanism is gravity, is pulling the car downward once it reaches the maximum height. That's the maximum displacement. And we know gravity is pulling is a force mg sine theta. One thing is really important here is that gravity is pulling the car all the time. It's a constant force. Let's see. Draw a force diagram here. We can't really see clearly. That is mg sine theta. So that's the two basic mechanism in the lab. In our lab, we use the photogate to get the time, which is 1.1 second. And also, let me show the work. We have the work equals to mg sine theta, which equals to 0.2 joule according to our calculation. As for power, we calculated using a motion detector, and it gave us let's see how much is it, 0.18 watts. Pretty tiny number, but very reasonable because it takes a relatively longer time comparing to the spring. So let's analyze the second mechanism. Let's get W1 P2. W2 ideally, theoretically, should be about the same as W1. However, because of friction and other factors such as air resistance, we did not get a very similar answer, but it is within tolerance range. The integral from 0 to 0.03 meter minus k minus 300 x dx, this equals to 0.27. Comparing to our original data, it's pretty close. So now, which is one of our purpose of the lab, is to prove that the work that is done by the spring is almost equal to the work that is done by gravity. However, we also need to take friction and air resistance and other factors into consideration. One thing is really tricky about calculating the power for the second mechanism is time. We finally decided to use photogate to calculate time, and the graph showed that the whole thing is only 0.19 seconds. Very small number. We finally concluded the power of spring is 1.4 watts, which is almost 8 or 9 times as the gravity mechanism. So that's actually makes sense because spring generated much larger force at the beginning. So that's our lab. Hopefully you enjoy it.